Heyo and Happy New Year. Welcome to here. So, with 2023 at a close, the door to 2024 is finally open. But before we look at the future, or our present, let's take a retrospective. MassiveLoop has been making stellar progress in terms of development, gameplay, and community-made content, so there's a lot to talk about. And I thought I would include segments of the last happy hour of the year. You know, I've always really enjoyed the adventures and hangouts we've experienced through happy hour, so I thought it fitting to start the new year off on a positive note. But with all of that said, my name is Blaze Creek. I'm the founder of one of the largest and most active collective VR communities. We're rather infamous for our staring contests and cultish hive mind appearance. As of January 7th, 2024, we're officially releasing our flagship community, Abyssal Order, the home and hub of Hapu and Abyssal lore. Now, Abyssal Order will be the first ever dedicated roleplay and creation community for MassiveLoop, hopefully helping turn this already awesome place into something greater. Now, there are three main subjects: MassiveLoop's evolution. Oh my. Okay. Cut that. There are three main subjects: MassiveLoop's evolution over the past year, their initial focuses going into 2024, and footage from the last happy hour of 2023. First things first, how has MassiveLoop evolved during 2023? Now, with the sheer amount of additions to MassiveLoop, whether that be major features or minor changes, during 2023 we witnessed and experienced, well, consistent and constant updates, fixes, improvements. They've listened to community feedback, making countless changes or feature additions, many of which are going to pave the path for future creators and players to create in ways they've probably never imagined. I think one of my favorite examples is the four-armed moth avatars. We're able to use all of our arms properly. I can't tell you just how happy that makes me that they've listened to community and user feedback, especially in terms of creator feedback and suggestions. Our ability of self-expression has gradually gotten better and better. Creating and optimizing avatars and worlds is only getting easier and more accessible. Now we've seen massive improvements to stability and user performance in recent memory, being able to take large groups of people practically anywhere, no matter the optimization or developmental stage. It's been a highlight of mine during recent happy hour events. Now, there have been so many improvements, so many positive changes that help boost the user experience to new heights, that the team over at MassiveLoop should be really proud of. I've never seen a VR social platform hit this many milestones in terms of development, new features, and quality of life changes in a single year. That's just freaking awesome, dude. Going over the dev updates made me really hyped, and it took me a really long fucking time because there's a lot of stuff in that channel. 2023 was a really busy year for MassiveLoop. So starting the year off, January 17th was the first update of 2023, that being version 1.2.2, marking the final closed alpha release. Now, as you can see in the tiny little window next to me, they started the year off with a massive update, lots of new worlds, more servers, several improvements to the game, and a completely redone homepage which brought us the public Metaverse search feature. Now, I really want to briefly discuss an update that came before the one we just discussed. It doesn't technically fit, but this update came right after desktop mode was added, right at the tail end of December 2022. It basically brought age verification, early content rating system, player servers, and countless notable improvements and features. Now, 1.2.0, while it might not fall under the criteria of this video since it wasn't made during 2023, but it was such a notable advancement that it deserves to be brought up, at least mentioned. Now let's fast forward to Alpha 1.2.15. It's March 14th. They came out of the gate swinging, hosting the first creator contest with over 6,000 in cash prizes and 6 potential winners. They ended the social media blackout, allowing closed alpha members to showcase MassiveLoop by sharing pictures or videos. This is when public servers went up and users could start registering, marking the start of the public alpha. Full body tracking, director mode, the player locator app, and a lot of smaller changes were also implemented. And these are huge features I probably couldn't live without, to be fair. But there were other things as well, like muted guest accounts, some small SDK updates, and a redesigned website, which are also the result of this rather massive update. It's kind of crazy. Now, about a month later, it's April 21st and we get Open Alpha 1.2.18, which brought us a lot of important changes. World values now persist because of cloud vars and cloud storage, basically meaning you can make games which save user stats. That in itself is an insane addition to the platform. It's game changing for world developers that make games. Now, you're also finally able to join, request, or accept invites to servers from within VR and desktop instead of only relying on the website, which is really nice. Then there's a massive one, private avatars. Making your own private creation that you can use to express yourself is incredible. So I'd say this was a rather cool find while I was working on the video. I didn't expect to see that in the changelog at all. That was really fun. Avatar postures came around during this update too. It basically poses your avatar automatically when sitting on station. And whenever you change worlds, they added transition effects, so it fades in and out. There was one new world, the Mic Drop Club, and little information pop-ups in the fossil exhibit. Less than a month later, it's May 12th, Open Alpha version 1.2.20, and we're hit with a decent-sized update focusing on SDK changes and a few gameplay changes. I think this is the biggest thing from this update, was the shorter default audio roll-off slash attenuation. I can't say that word very well. It's very weird. It was lowered considerably, which made worlds with a lot of people way less chaotic. That was a really good change, and that made a lot of us really happy. Now, mirrors were given a default state, basically allowing you to turn them off or on in your worlds. Now that's by default, or toggle them off and on in-game through Lua or event actions. Basically, you can turn off mirrors and turn them on now. So Alpha 1.2.20 was pretty interesting for a lot of reasons, but that one's probably one of my favorite. I can turn mirrors on now. So grab distance was also nuked, reducing it to 5 meters, which sounds kind of scary, but it's not. It was really nice, and it helped us stop grabbing random shit that was miles away, which made pickups less of an accidental slap to the camera. We were all really happy with it. The ability to set an exit teleport location was also added whenever a user exits a station. This is a world creator feature, but that was pretty cool, basically allowing teleport to exist. You go through a door, hey, wait a minute, I'm over here now. There was also some desktop and VR attention and love. They added a toggle to enable or disable 180-degree turning. That was just an awesome addition. I know some people were having trouble with it at the time, and I haven't really heard any complaints in more or less forever, which is really great. And at the time, portals also show the owner's name now. So basically, whenever you drop a portal, it'll always say the owner's name at the top. Now, they also fixed an issue with my avatar grid not filling up in the browser. I have no idea what that means, but awesome. So let's fast forward about 3 weeks to Open Alpha version 1.2.22. William hit the add everyone button with the force of like fucking Thor's hammer, giving us a lot of really cool shit. OSC/MIDI support was added to the app list. This is huge, and I wish more people used it, but It basically allows for bidirectional communication between MassiveLoop and external software. So if you're a DJ or like a really advanced avatar creator, the stuff you can do with it is insane. Being able to use instruments in VR or otherwise, it's insane. Now, this is also when we got our very own voice changer. Now, right off the bat, premium accounts could mess with distortion, delay, chorus, reverb, echo, low/high pass filters. It's really fun, and we've had plenty of funny moments messing around with it. I'm happy it exists, despite my growing fears it'll be abused in the future, but it's a really fun feature. Now, I fucking love climbing on random shit in MassiveLoop. It's a lot of fun, and they gave world creators the ability to toggle it off and on, which is great for game worlds or experiences. But this also marks the end of the first creator contest, and I don't know who won, but congratulations to the winners. Now we're starting to catch up to the current day. 2 months later, we're given a pretty massive update. Like, okay, genuinely fucking huge. Open Alpha 1.2.29. This marks the release of MassiveLoop's economy and credit system. Basically, you can tip users, servers, sell groups, or subscriptions. This is an insane addition to the platform. It basically allows you to sell tickets to virtual events, support your favorite creators or servers, sell avatars or creations. This was probably my favorite update so far. It built the fundamental ground for futures we're going to talk about in a second. Now, this is when we also got the public event calendar too. It's the dope little tab that lets us see what's going on in different servers, what activities are happening. But the ML repo package system also came out during 1.2.29. Basically, you could import MassiveLoop's assets created by others and drop them directly into your Unity projects. Now, groups also got some attention. That being groups and badges can be given to server members, which could also grant access to worlds or avatars, which is a concept I love. It's really neat. That out of everything during the economy update, that stands out to me. Now, there were huge improvements to the avatar upload size. 75 megabytes might not sound like a lot, but it's been more than enough to meet our needs. The max world size was also increased to 50, allowing for big gatherings like, music festivals, huge parties, you name it. There were also a lot of improvements to avatars, that being in the hair and helmets weren't visible anymore department, and avatars didn't have the tippy toes. They didn't have tippy toe walk anymore, and full body tracking did end up getting better as well. Now, there were more features in sense of accessibility too. CBF colorblindness filters are an awesome addition. Making the game more inclusive to different disabilities is really awesome. Now, we also got remote control for director mode and improved synchronization for web browsers, not forgetting the fixes to Valve's index trigger sensitivity. I have nubs, but I am using my index controllers. The reason I keep spazzing out is because this controller, the dog peed on it, and I didn't realize. But outside of the dog, holy fuck. I am very happy with how my triggers have been. Thank you. Now, let's talk about Open Alpha 1.2.34. This was during October 6th. It was another huge update. We got ourselves a new alpha version of the ML store and or marketplace on the website, letting us sell our creations, whether that's avatars, scripted objects like cars, or tickets to events. Now, I say tickets to events, I don't really need to, but I feel like that really pushes everything else together. This was a big deal, and it still is. Now, depth of field was added as a feature to both the camera and director mode, which really does make a lot of pictures look really incredible. There was also a global chat, which was added, allowing for direct messaging of users or typing to everyone in the lobby, which isn't only neat, that's just downright cool. Now, this one is wild. New weather data components that allow worlds to synchronize weather data with real-life weather. Imagine what you could create. Cities with real-life weather, that's super sick. Now, nameplates became sentient or something. They'll always face the camera from this point forward, which on paper just sounds scary for some reason, but you can go into your settings and toggle it. Now, this is when they also added Teeny, the adorable tutorial bot that helps you figure out the basics. And I'm not sure why I like it so much, but it's really, really cute. Just a helpful little robot. Now, we also got a bunch of avatar tutorials for Character Creator 4, Vroid, and Ready Player Me, alongside 3 new worlds. That being the Space Roller Coaster, Fighter Sim, and Candyland. Candyland's so fun. I like that place. It's really sweet, really cool. This is also when they fixed the IK, allowing for avatars to have 4 or more arms. Dude, our moth avatars, they're very happily rocking that update, which we're still very thankful for. That was really cool, and our avatars being able to have 4 or more functional arms is super sick. They also worked on audio jitters and grab synchronization, got a little attention, but it's something that we haven't had any issues with ever since, so hell yeah. So let's talk about Open Alpha 1.2.39, the final update of 2023. December 7th, 7 new features, 6 fixes. One of the most notable new features are the new API endpoints for servers. It basically allows for server admins to set up whitelisted external API endpoints that worlds in a server can query using their Lua SDK client. Now, that's a little bit beyond me, but that's really fucking cool. What you can do with this is pretty crazy. You could basically query services like ChatGPT, or decorate your world with images of your social media. That's insane. That is really cool. Now, there's more. There's a lot more. This feature is awesome. Now, I have no idea what serializable Lua events are or how that works, but the explanation is as shown to my side. Now, something really important for the future was added, the In Progress tab. This allows server admins to require worlds or avatars that are uploaded or updated to be put in an in development section of the menu, allowing for server owners to verify that the content isn't overly intensive or hard on a user's computer. But this is a great stopgap to help with overall quality, which I adore. That's really nice. Now, smooth turning. I can't express how happy. Like, I know it sounds weird, but this made me really happy. You're able to update turn settings at your own will. Now, world times were tackled and improved. This made a lot of people in the community really happy. Memory usage was improved quite a bit as well. Now, we've been running insanely well since this update. I don't think I've had a single complaint about FPS, even in development worlds. This is pretty amazing. That's awesome. Now, arm length changes not being persistent on world change was fixed, which is surprisingly nice. We also got a blackout screen to prevent motion sickness whenever the VR headset is removed. That's nice. It's really interesting, actually. Now, there were also huge optimizations around menus whenever searching for worlds, avatars, friends, and so on. This is really nice. Voice boost was also increased by default. This was widely appreciated, and it's worked out really well so far. We also got the ability to override spatial voice settings to default in the settings menu in case any worlds aren't behaving from a spatial audio standpoint. And holy shit, that's it. I think that's the end. Now, I definitely missed a couple of portions. There were some features or some fixes I probably gleamed over. But 2023 was an insane year for MassiveLoop. The amount of progress... It is incredible how far MassiveLoop has come in such a short amount of time. And you guys should be really proud behind the project. And I can't wait to share it with so many more people as soon as it comes out on Steam. This is awesome, man. That's awesome. So, what are some of their initial focuses going into 2024? Now, I'm sure there's some stuff I'm missing. I don't know everything that's going on, but here's what I know is being worked on that we should see sometime soon. I'm doing the finger motion of soon, trademark, but I have no fingers. So I guess the biggest thing to talk about first off is Steam. Now, we talked about the Steam situation in pretty decent detail during my last video, but I'll clarify a few things and reiterate. Before we see a Steam release, there's still plenty of steps they've got to take, and it's a small team behind the project. We'll see some restructuring and, a few changes, which should be positive overall or non-impactful towards the user experience, like written content. But like I've mentioned, when we've discussed this topic in the past, it'll take time, and I'd rather every variable be known and prepared for rather than a clusterfuck that could impact the future of the project. Now, this is probably the last time I'm going to mention the Steam side of things until it actually releases on Steam. Now, I don't think y'all are going to have to wait too many more updates before we see it happen, but it's not going to be for a couple of updates at a minimum. So I'm really excited to see how it comes along. But with that being said, Dynamic Bones is also on the way in the very near future. It basically applies physics to bones or joints, allowing for hair, clothes, and boobies to move freely, realistically. This means avatars wouldn't have to rely on cloth sim, or sims, as it currently does for flowing movement, which makes creating avatars a lot easier for newer people and allows for greater functionality and visual look overall. Plus, I can make fucking overly floppy weapons or like bobblehead avatars. Soon I'll be able to flood MassiveLoop with bobbleheads. But seriously, jokes aside, Dynamic Bones is going to be really, really nice to have. Not only for the visual appeal on avatars, but we'll have a lot of fun. I think one of the biggest things that's coming out relatively soon is avatar emotes, that being i.e. toggles, if you will. This has to be the most important thing on the roster outside of the Steam release. It'll allow for previously unheard of advancements in avatar creation and elevate the user experience to new levels. Whether that be in the form of changeable outfits, weapons, animations, functioning weapons with animations, skin tone change, having the ability to toggle different functions allows for an insane amount of self-expression. And don't get me started on just how big of a deal this is. We'll be able to create avatars with different outfits, and really anything you can think of that can be changed in the click or slide of a button. Now, I think it's very safe to expect the website to get a makeover, or at the very least, some very noticeable changes. I'm really excited to see how it'll turn out, but I'm not sure what in specific I can mention or should mention. It's not like I know everything, but I don't want to say anything I shouldn't. But I'm really excited for it, and I think you guys should be too. It's going to be really cool. And fuck, I'm excited to see what happens to the server changes on the website. I'm really excited to see how that goes. I bet it's gonna look really freaking nice. Anyway, let's move on to the next part of the video. Hey, this is the final segment of the video. Thanks for making it this far. We had a lot of fun at the last happy hour, and I really appreciate everyone who's been helping us bug test during the previous handful of events. MassiveLoop has been improving at just an incredible rate when comparing 2023 to the previous years, and especially towards their competitors. Now, let's make 2024 an even better year for not only ourselves, but let's help make MassiveLoop become the next big thing in virtual reality. For too long has there been a monopoly on the VR social space, and if anyone has a chance of breaking through this loop, it's MassiveLoop. But anywho, here are my favorite clips from the last happy hour of 2023. I know I say clips, there's a lot, but it was a great time. Yeah, that's the portal.
Yeah, the white stuff on the ground.
The white stuff on the ground that isn't the snow.
You got 10 seconds. Run.
Get over here!
Come on,
He
boss.
didn't make it!
Run, run.
Oh, fuck, it's dark. So what'd you do for New Year's? I fucking beat up Santa Claus. God damn it. Oh, man.
Good play.
Oh, let's go.
I'm pretty sure we're being
Ready? All right.
William!
Let's see if it works. Let's go.
Ah. You're okay.
It's too ridiculous.
I feel that. I didn't want anyone to be left out.
Right, we are ready. One, let's go.
Ah,
Did everyone get in?
fuck. Ah, wait, it loaded!
There we go.
It works! Hello.
It works.
It works.
Why am I just with you?
I don't know. I can't grab the camera.
Where's the monster?
I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't work with messed up. Oh,
No. Okay, I'll.
oh, it's running really fast. I'm running. Goodbye.
Oh, no.
Let me out.
No, I'm not here. You don't see me. You don't see me. I'm not. Why are there two of you? Oh no.
Why are there two of you?
I can't touch the buttons. Oh. Oh fuck. Hi.
moving around in total darkness right now.
How do I not? How do I undisable it? I forgot.
Why not? Oh no.
Ah,
There can only be a lever in me.
a lever.
There can only
Ah!
Yo, run.
Fuck this. I'm out. Fuck you. I'm faster than you.
Sprinting. I can...
Ah! I am aware. Oh fuck! No! There's an invisible wall. It took me like a full 2 seconds to notice. There's a lever. I can't grab it. Ugh. Dies.
Goodbye.
Wait, what? Ah! Ooh.
Oh, why are you so tiny? I can't kill you.
Fuck. Okay, I'm out of stamina. My time has come. Come on. I know, I saw Crispy put out the ping and I'm like, fuck, you beat me. I was gonna host that. Motherfucker. I didn't think about it for like 2 days and then I saw it and I'm like, damn. But Crispy's gonna have a good
That world
time.
is plenty big enough to be hosted by like a few of us.
That's true. It's a fun world. I mean, it's cool to hang out there. I like the last couple of New Years.
Oh,
So I'm wearing the jacket that MassiveLoop sent, that y'all sent. And the one problem with having more than one vape, putting them in the pockets and moving quickly is like fucking slingshotting a goddamn vape like a goddamn projectile. Anytime I move too fast, it'll fall out of the goddamn jacket and just
Trebuchet out of your pocket.
literally fucking mini trebuchet. I'm dead. I'm glad it has zippers. I'm just lazy.
That's so funny.
She's asking if you can take over taking the picture, Mark.
Yeah, sure.
I believe in you, Mark.
Alright. That's one. Are y'all ready?
If you guys aren't over here,
Oh, no,
break a
that's not my
pose.
avatar. That's not my avatar. That's not my avatar.
Okay.
It's not his avatar?
That's not
It's
my
not his
avatar.
avatar.
Oh jeez, my hole is right here.
He's so
Okay, go,
chunky. He is so
So stay
chunky.
there. I'm just putting the camera right
That
here.
avatar reminds me of Mr. Meaty. Do you remember that that
Oh
show
my
on
God.
Nickelodeon?
Can you guys see my camera?
No. You've
Oh, is there,
become
like, dynamics on the
green.
cloth? What's going on there? Nice.
Isn't it just a cloth sim?
Yeah, I think so.
Because no dynamic
Yep.
bones.
You look like you own a trailer.
Yeah,
He
there's
does
probably,
look like he
sliders
owns
on
a
it.
trailer. Like a trailer park, not just a trailer.
You guys ready? Mehul, come here.
Almost. Give me just a second.
Ah, we have everyone, I
Oh,
think.
cheat. Cheat.
She is
Maybe
here.
you want to move forward a little bit? Yeah, yeah.
Where are we looking?
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. I'll close this. Yeah.
If you're watching on the stream, I'm sorry that your view is the giant, disturbing lady's ass. I can't help that's where the camera decided to go on follow mode.
Sorry.
I'm dead. I love follow. That's fucking great. Hell yeah.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and New Year. Oh god, dog bowl.
Happy all the things.
Hell yeah. I thought about looking up a list of every holiday that takes place in the next 5 days. I feel like that would be a lot. There has to be a lot.
It's gotta be.
God, she's so fucking chunky. She looks like she ate a fucking whole horse, bro. It looks so fucking spooky.
Oh, you guys still want to try that game again?
If it works, we could try.
We went in. We went in. With Moss, me.
4 of us.
It was the one on the playground. I can't think of the name for some reason. Help.
Xmas? Xmas
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. Torment.
It worked.
Heyo, I wanted to apologize for the lack of live streams and, well, videos being a little late. My living situation hasn't been the best. We're not going to discuss why or go into any detail. Those I want to be aware are already aware of our situation, and we're figuring it out the best we can. It's been hell, but I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me through it, and thanks to the folks over at MassiveLoop. Having so many supportive and understanding people around me is really amazing, and I appreciate it more than I can express. So I'll be making up the live stream backlog over the next month. So we'll be live streaming every day, 9 p.m. EST for January. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.